One of the reasons I was really excited to write this athletic powerlifting type of a program for myself is I've really been wanting to convey the messaging to people of how you can just sprinkle in a little bit of explosive performance-based exercise into your everyday programming. It won't be overwhelming. I can completely understand why not everybody's still playing basketball or their sport from high school, but in the long term, it really does pay dividends for your longevity. When you fall, you need balance, you need to be able to explode to stop yourself from falling, all of those things. So a couple ways that you can really incorporate this in without breaking the time bank is number one, when you're doing your warm up, just set aside 1 to 5 minutes for just some light hopping. You can start with some pogos, you can switch to skips, you can add weight, you can do it for more time, you can have longer contact times with either music and or a metronome. So that's just one really easy way to get some tissue tolerance and incorporate some long duration, low level plyos. Now, the other way that I like to incorporate maybe some of your higher end, more explosive plyos is to potentiate and or work alongside your warm up when you're doing your main type of lifts, whether that be deadlift or squats. I'll show you that. I like to sprinkle in performance-based training into your stereotypical powerlifting or hypertrophy-based training is using it as a way to potentiate before your heavier working sets. So here I'm working up to my working sets. I'm still at my warm-ups. You're gonna hit a few here. Okay. And now I'm gonna hit some box jumps, which is gonna only help my heavier squat sets because it's gonna get that central nervous system firing. Now, box jumps are a good way to start. You can obviously start shorter, but it's gonna take the impacts out of the ground. You can progress that by eventually removing the box. You can do reverse med ball throws, any type of explosive med ball work, kettlebell swings, whatever you like to do. At the end of the day, I like to pair some type of jumping exercise with a squat and some type of broad jumped or reverse med ball throw with something like a hinge-based movement like a deadlift. All in all, this doesn't add barely any time to my workouts, and over time, it's gonna pay dividends, like I said. After the age of 30 to 40, we start to prune off that power. And actually, recent studies have come out to say that power, in fact, is more aligned to longevity than even overall strength. So train that power, train that explosiveness, and live a long, healthy life.